Can you hear me now? Perfect. Thank you, beautiful. Let me see. How about now? Can you hear me okay now? Great. How about, is the piano too loud in reference to me? Yes, testing. 1, 2. Alright, that's what I thought. I'm sorry, what? La, la. That okay? Perfect. Great. That's just what it is. I will go and mess with that. If you are on, let me know by saying hello in the chat. Thank you, dearest. Right, 4 minutes till showtime. Let me see. I see 2 viewers. I know one of you is my wife. I don't know who the other viewer is. Okay, we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. Just a reminder that rehearsal order for tonight is going to be, oh, we should probably start with the O Magnum Mysterium, and then we'll go into the Stanford after that. Yes, I love this piece of music. It's an oldie but goodie. Um, I hope you all downloaded or printed your copies of the music. They are chock full of breath marks and phrase marks. Um, no, if those of you who are wondering, these are not ideal markings for a live in-person performance. I hate the smaller phrases, but I'm trying to think of what's doable at home by yourself without having to catch a breath. So if you're wondering, well, we'll get there eventually, but the end of the O Magnum, there's going to be a little bit of post-production magic. I'm going to have you all send in a recording of you holding just your last notes, so that way you don't have to become a super person between now and then and figure out how to breathe with sing 12 bars without breathing. So just know that that's going to happen. Okay, it is 6 o'clock, and we're going to start. Let me see. I know most of you that are on here. I'm going to wait 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. And you should have the O Magnum, and then you should also have the Stanford. So just make sure you have those ready to go. And yes, if you're noticing, I have 2 Stanfords on my list, if you can see this. One of them says Stanford, Mag, Nook, and G, and then the other one says Stanford, Mag, and G, virtual, because they are definitely different on the breath marks. And also we have somebody else who's probably watching tonight, and you'll see them at 6:30. So let me see. 6:01, 1 minute, and then we're going. And we are going to forego any warm-ups because we just need to really kind of jump in here and get going. Just out of curiosity, how many of you have sung the O Magnum? I can't remember if all of you have. I will look for the comments. Obviously, I know Grace and Devin have. Jane, Shirley, Jennifer. Well, I know Jennifer sung it. She's had to have. A long time ago. Okay. Well, good. Then you all should be champs at this, and life should be easy. All right, it's 6:02. It's time to go. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go full screen because you don't need to see music just yet. Before we... Actually, I should show you music real fast. If you have your music that I gave you... and you print it off or you have it out and about, you will see, I just want to double check and make sure we know a couple of the markings and what they mean for me specifically. I'm just using the blue lines, the arches, just to remind me of phrasing. So obviously there'll be no breath inside the phrase, so make sure we take that note. If you see a little breath mark like that on the... right there on the obule, that's going to be, obviously, it's the smallest division of the beat. So in this particular, right now, this is going to be an 8th rest, okay? If your breath needs to be on a downbeat anywhere, I will make sure, and you'll see the rest actually written into the piece of music. But basically all through this, until we get to the sesquialtura, it's going to be lifting on the 8th note, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and start. And let's go ahead and jump in. I'll do both parts, but let's go all the way through to the second system, the third bar. Here we go. 2. I'll be in 2, yeah? So be thinking in 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1. 1, and... All right, I'm sure you all just rocked that. A couple of things on the last tomb, on all of the T's. If we wouldn't mind, if we can diminish those, make them dental, please. No hard t or anything like that. And this is going to be particularly important for recording purposes because we don't want all of that in the middle of this. Yeah. Okay. Sopranos. If you take a look at bar 8. In your music, you'll see I wrote in a little lift right there, and all that's going to be is okay, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. It's not meant for you to actually breathe. It's literally just going to be a small day break between those two notes so we can have a little articulation. Okay, let's do that once more and we'll keep going, everybody. Here we go. From the top, 2, and 1, and mag, and 1, mi, so. Did you get that, altos? I just did it. I'm going to start it and do it again. There is a change from the F sharp for the sopranos into the next bar, F natural. Did you get that? There we go. Let's start middle system, the 4th bar on the O. Ready? And... Sorry, had a page turn. Trying to play with 2 hands and turn a page is not fun. Let's start, ladies. Can we start back at the middle system real fast? When we get to the O magnum, make sure that we don't have too much on the G of magnum. We don't want any of that. Just make the turn almost like onion, magnum. Just don't make it a big deal, okay? Real fast, altos, if you look at this last bar, you have an octave jump. I hope you've eaten your Wheaties at this point. Let's go ahead and sing that part. Just the altos, please. Start on the middle, on the O. 3. And ready, and... Om magnum mysterium. And that's an important part. And so that lift helps you set up the low part. So when you lift, breathe in the space that you need to be in, okay? Let's start, please. Let's do that once more, and we'll keep going. Here we go. Starting in middle system, bar 4. Ready? And go. 1, 2, T, and magnum. I can't play rhythms today. I'm so sorry, ladies. Let's start right back there on middle system. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th bar. We're going to start on the dotted quarter notes. I am so sorry. There we go. Num. Ready, and... Lift. Hold it altos and off. Okay.
So just notice and make a note, ladies, that we're going to be going into. There's that one place that we have. We have our unit. It's not a unison, but we have our like we've been polyphonic up to this point, but all of a sudden we're all moving rhythmically at the same time. That's at the et admirabile. So just make sure that when we get there that you're lined up. Let's take a look at this bottom part, please. This is you get to be a little bit rambunctious on your R of when we get here. Let's for sopranos. So we'll have et admirabile. You can flip it, not really trill it, but enjoy it, and let that help propel the sound, please. Okay, so we'll have et admirabile sacramentum. And here's the cool thing about this entire piece is that sopranos in particular, notice you have this weird rhythm on this last bar, right? Le sacrament. And so what's going on right there, if you can give a little smidgen of an accent on the S, that'll help really add some rhythmic just color, which is what we're looking for here, okay? Let's go ahead real fast, take a look at this next chunk. And this it's pretty easy because it's all mostly together until the next part. But if you're looking at the piece, we have a couple of corporate breaths, and that all happens for the upper voices. But ut animalia, a little catch lift, viderent dominum natum. And right there, don't smack the tomb, and it should also not be a hard T, but make it a dental. And that should taper. So we're going to crescendo all the way through the na. And I should probably not be drawing with the highlighter, but we're going to crescendo all the way through the na, and then we're going to have a fake out, and it's going to be decrescendo into the tomb. Okay, so make sure you make that note. Let's start right here, please, on the ut on. All parts together. And by all parts, I mean the ladies. And we will stop at the accentum. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and... And then we have the sopranos are going to finish right there, but then the altos have the new material. Yeah, sopranos. Let's start at 25. Viderent dominum. It's beat 2 of bar 25, and 1. Viderent dominum natum. And I find that the soprano part here is the most difficult because you want to. It almost feels like you're coming to a cadential point on your first A natural, and then all of a sudden we have 2 more bar. We have 1 more bar, and you have to go right back up and then back down. So make sure that you leave some gas in the tank to treat the last bar as the real ending there, and make sure that you are catching that rhythm that's on the end of 1. Yeah, so we have 1. Viderent dominum natum. Make sure you have that right there, okay? Altos, you actually have a small, a little tricky part on the top of the page. So notice, ladies, we have an ut anima. Do we have an F natural and an F sharp in the same bar? Yes? Ut anima dia. So we'll have ut an. That's what the sopranos are doing. So make sure that you've marked that. It's going to sound a little crunchy. So make sure you've made that note. Okay? Let me check the time real fast. We're good. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this next little Jalcentum section. Altos, you start us off. Actually, the basses do, but you pick it up. So you have fun little rhythms here. Let's just take a listen. I'll speak it and play it. So altos need measure 25 through 27. Oh, sure. Surely I will definitely do that for you. I'll take it back, and then we'll get into it. All right, so 25, we have a lift off at Tomb. So we'll have, and Tomb, viderent Dominum natum. So also a little offbeat thing going on there, yeah? So let's start at 26. Dominum natum. And if you give a small emphasis on na of natum, that will definitely help propel us forward. So let's do that once more, and then we'll get into the accentum. Let's start back at 25 altos, beat 2, and viderent Dominum natum accentem. And right there, you get to channel your inner Jennifer, because I can just hear her going da. Have fun with that, but constrained fun. We don't want it getting any wah-wah. Keep it within the box, yeah? Let's start altos once more, ya-chen, and it's ya-chentem, so keep it open. Here we go. And ya-chentem, and ya-chentem in praesepio. Let's listen to that once more. Okay, let's start altos 31, picking up into 32. So we'll go slow, and 2. Okay, I'm going to speak this in rhythm. I'm going to play it once more. Here we go. And in praesepio. Important line. Let's make sure we have that marked. Okay, let's pick up the sopranos, please. Sopranos, bar 25, viderent Dominum na ha 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 tum, and then we'll keep going into your accentum. Okay, here we go. And viderent Dominum natum, and 2, and accentem in praesepio, and 1, and 2, and 1. Accentem in praesepio. I'm saying the wrong note. Sorry. Pio. Pesky page turns. All right, sopranos, take a look at the bottom. Bottom of page 2. This is your accentum. All right, so you have to do a little rhythmic gymnastics here between your B naturals and your B flats. So just make a note that we have accentem. Your first tem is a B flat. In pre, that's a B natural, and you're going to sing a real B natural, not the one that I just sang. And then next page, se, B flat. Make sure that you have those marked, and just know that they're coming, and there's only one B natural, but the rest of them are B flats. So let's start one more time. Sopranos, bottom of page 2, accentem. Here we go. 3, oh, not 3, 1, and 2, and 1. Accentem in praesepio. And that is molto important. Altos, let's have you start, please, bottom of page 2, pick up into the second to last. This is your accentem, okay? Here we go. Let's sing the alto part right here. That's her abbreviated version, but here we go. And accentem in Oh, I cannot sing and play tonight. I'm sorry. Let's start one more time. All for me. And Iacentem in praesepio. And make sure that that B natural is going to sit in the pocket. Okay? And what do I mean by that? Make sure that you're not, when you sing this, that you are referencing you don't have a fifth, but you need to be hearing this pitch. When you sing your B natural, be hearing this note. It's an imaginary one, but it should be there in your ear. Okay? Let's do this once more. We're going to do all ladies. Pick up bottom of 2, last 2 bars, starting with the altos. And yes, it's going to feel incomplete without the other voice parts, but just know that's what's going to happen. Okay? All right, here we go. 1 and 2. All right, good for you. We will stop here tonight on this particular piece, and I'm just going to make a note in my music that that's where we got. And let's go ahead and move on to our Stanford. Okay, so on the Stanford, I know it looks like I'm asking you to sing forever and a day, but it really isn't. This is going to be moving pretty decently quick, so you're looking at. My soul must magnify the Lord. So you're really thinking, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and okay. So just know that that's kind of the tempo that we're going to be going for with this, and it's a little faster than I want it to be, but I'm just trying to think about all of you, and for all of those who don't want to have to sing for however many bars without breathing. So just to let you know. So let's take a look, please, with the altos. They start us off on the bottom. I know we've already done this a little bit in live rehearsal, but this is just a quick reminder. All right. So let's speak this in rhythm. So we're going to be coming in on macro beat 2, yeah? So we'll have, and 1. For he hath regarded the lowliness of his handmaiden. And I just want to go ahead and let you know that I'm going to have a conversation with myself, but I think at the end I'm going to opt for the no schwa and just close to the end. Maiden. And just let it taper. We'll see what it sounds like. We might change that, but just for right now, no schwa. Okay? Let's sing this, please. Here we go. And 1. For he hath regarded the lowliness of his handmaiden. I'm sure you did that just fine. Okay, let's take a look at the next part. That's like a little chunk. All right, so right here, I started by just making the little breath marks, but then I thought, well, I can just go ahead and put the quarter rest in. This is one of those. It's on the and of 2 technically because we're in 2/2, but it's really blessed, blessed. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. That's what we're gonna do. This is not my ideal phrasing for this, but I think it'll translate better in recordings, so that's why we're doing it. All right, so. Let's just go ahead and sight read this. I think you all are just fine. Just a reminder. 1, 2, 3. Make a note that on measure 28, you are holding that beat. It's going to feel weird. Make sure that you are still suspended, though. Okay? Here we go. Bottom of page 3. Sopranos and altos. Bless, bless. 1 and 2. Blessed, blessed. 1, blessed. And sopranos, that's a big jump, and it's in a completely different place, so make sure that you just reach down and touch it. You don't have to put too much weight there. It'll be just fine. Okay, let's do that once more. Ready? And blessed, blessed, 1 and 2 and 1. Done. Okay, I'm sure you were fine on that. Let's take a look at the next chunk. And holy is his name, holy, holy is his name. I love the alto part in this particular piece of music. It is so saucy. That's the only word for it. Stanford was all over it on these F naturals. Gotta love it. All right, altos. Here we go. Let's sing that for you, please. I just sang it, but let's all sing it together. Bottom of 4. And notice how we're treating these lifts just before we get there. So for holy, holy, it is so quick. Holy, holy. So this one in particular, it's not really meant for you to breathe so much as just to have a little daylight there. Okay, if you can catch a breath, you won't have much time, so just know what's going to happen there. Okay, all right, here we go. And holy. 33. 1 and holy is his name. Holy, holy is his name. And I couldn't flip my page, but I think you sang that just fine. Sopranos, let's get you, please. It's not that difficult, but you're descending, so make sure that your pitch doesn't descend with the notes. So think up as you're going down, yeah? So let's start bottom of 4 with the altos, starting on holy, and then we'll get into this. And let's hold our onset. Altos, when you and sopranos, when you come in, when the soprano entrance happens, let's hold that downbeat so we can hear that interval, please. All right, altos, holy, ready, and holy. And that is the crux of the matter. Make sure that you're already hearing this. The good news as sopranos is you're going to already get your C natural from the soloist. Holy is his name. Oh. But just to make sure that you can do it without them, just in case they don't have it for you. Yep. All right, altos, let's start, please. 33. We're going to catch the sopranos in when they enter in the bottom of the page. Here we go. Ready, and holy is his name. Holy, holy is his name. And his mercy is on them that fear him throughout all generations. All right, so I didn't give you too much on that, but that's the gist of that, yeah? Let's have just the alto part right here, and we'll pick up the sopranos. And sopranos, I love this for you because at 44, you just get to soar within a controlled manner. All right, altos, and his mercy. This right here is so exciting harmonically. This catches you off guard. And so you need to have a sense of urgency right here. Yeah, here we go. 1 and 2 and his mercy is on them that fear him throughout all generations. Yes, please and thank you. All right, sopranos. It doesn't sound like it's much out of context, but in context, it's fabulous. Here we go. Sopranos by yourself. I'm on 43. Measure 43. Top of 5, last bar. 1 and 2 and throughout all generations. Yes. And make sure everybody on your Asians, the diphthong, make sure we're holding the primary vowel, and then we do not turn to the secondary until the very, very end. Okay? Let's do all parts right there, top of 5, and then we'll be done and get to the zoom. And his mercy. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1. And his mercy is on them that throughout all generations. Yes? How'd you do? I'm sure you did fabulous. Okay. That's all for this evening, ladies. Thank you so much for rehearsal. I know you had to sit and listen to me sing your stuff octaves lower, sopranos. I apologize. But I will see you all on Zoom in about 2 minutes. So go take a sip of water, and then I will see you soon.